So my biggest way that I handle stress is really to rant it out.
So the biggest way I handle my stress is making sure that I stay organized. So this can be through like organizing my desk and making sure it's clean, because for me, like, a clean desk equals a clean mind. Or it can be through making to-do lists, just making sure I know what I need to do and when I need to do things by. Those are just some really good ways that I personally am able to stay organized.
So I like to release a lot of my stress by spending time with my friends and doing activities that calm me down. And I think the biggest stress reliever comes from being with friends and laughing with them, because those are the moments that I look back to that give me strength to keep working hard the next day.
Okay, so I'm a what can you do about it kind of a person. So I like to deal with the stress when it comes at me. So like if I have assignments that are overdue, I'd like to finish them as soon as possible so that that's like out of sight and out of mind.
Ranting is really good psychologically for you to help really processing everything that you're going through.
How do you wish you handled it? I tend to spend a lot of time overthinking, and I really wish I didn't do that, because that just takes more time away from what I could be working on if I really needed to get that stuff done. So I wish that
What advice do you have for incoming students who are worried about being stressed in college?
Don't worry about it, because honestly grades aren't like, they don't define who you are. It matters to a certain extent, but it doesn't dictate your character, or it doesn't mean the end of the world.
Plan ahead of time, 100%, to avoid getting to that stress point, like the point where you get stressed. Planning ahead of time. I find a lot of time when I get stressed is when everything starts piling up. My assignments start piling up. I promised that I need to hang out with friends. I have work duties to do, but then I forgot to plan ahead of time, so I didn't oversee everything, so everything starts to overlap. So I just highly recommend just plans ahead of time.
the biggest piece of advice that I have is not to procrastinate, and not to fall behind, because if you do, it's going to be really stressful and really hard to get kind of caught up.
So I think self-care is important to combating stress, but when I say self-care, I don't mean scrolling through your phone for half an hour, but rather giving your heart and your mind a chance to breathe and not think too much.
What are some tools students can use when they feel stressed out?
Our spiritual directioning or counseling center here at Biola, definitely a great resource if you need to rant, if you need to figure out how can I balance stress, because a lot of time college student realizing that they think that they're all alone in this stressful journey of college, but really that journey does not need to be alone.
So I like to use a planner or a Google Calendar so that you have a place to track everything that you need to do, and my brain thanks me for it. But I also have a really great reminder app on my phone, so when I have tasks that need repeating daily or weekly, the reminder app is a really easy way that never lets me forget what I need to do.
There's this thing that one of my friends has introduced to me lately called Notion that's been really, really nice. I got to create my own planner and like organize things the way that I'd like to see them as, and it's actually been really, really helpful. And I've been able to plan out what my week looks like, what my month looks like through this app.
As I've already said, to-do lists, my saving grace. I love them. Also, like color coordinated sticky notes, if that helps you with like the separation of color. Listening to music that doesn't distract you can be really good, because it helps you focus on one thing. And also, again, most importantly, take breaks, because you don't want to overwork yourself. And it's really easy to do that, especially when you're stressed, because you just want to get those things done. But taking those breaks is really crucial to being able to not be stressed anymore.
How do you balance being a student and having work and a social life?
Spend a day or so just completing homework, so that you can like allot yourself some time to be out with people, out with friends, and do your work. I'd also say a lot of Sabbath for yourself, because that's really, really helpful. just spending some time with God in prayer.
Time management is everything, and that making time for the higher priorities in your life would often require sacrifice of a lesser priority. And every semester will look different, so I always adjust accordingly, and I'm not afraid to say no to things that I cannot commit to. So I hope that was helpful, and I'll be signing off. Bye.